All right, tell the poor people what you've done to this car.
I bought this car completely stock standard 5 years ago, and it was 100% stock, no body kit or anything on it. And then over time we gradually built it up, and it now runs a 347 stroker with alloy heads and makes approximately 550 horsepower.
Certainly sounds like it makes a lot of horsepower.
Yes, yes it does.
And yes, so you had it wrapped and stuff.
Yes, it's been wrapped by Jamie Lewis in the 2000 Glen Seaton livery, and he's done a stunning job. Obviously it's come straight off the track and onto the trailer, so it is not as clean as it could be.
Yes, well it started life as an AU XR8 Series 2.
Yes, it's a factory manual car. Yes, it's done incredibly well. I chose it because it was the last Falcon before they started to get heavy, and it still has a throttle cable, which I like because I'm a bit more old school as well.
Very nice. Fiberglass bonnet, Edelbrock intake.
Yes.
Big honking intake on the throttle body.
Yes, all done by Nate Dale Fabrication. He's done a fantastic job of it.
Nate Fab.
Yep,
Well,
NDR Fab there.
Yep.
Yep.
You got a tiny battery.
That's a lithium battery that weighs 1.3 kilograms instead of 13 kilograms.
Wow. Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yep. Yeah, alloy radiator, larger capacity, and it's a few little tricks, like if you look behind the header tank, there's a brake stopper to give better pedal feel on the brakes, because normally the firewall will flex.
Yeah.
So that was a sneaky little addition there. We've fitted Brembos on the front of it. So it's running 355mm rotors and 4-pot Brembos.
You gotta say that no sane person would ever put this kind of money into an AU.
Well, you get that.
Once you've gone nuts, you might as well keep going.
It is a rather fast car now, which I quite enjoy. I had a Barra-powered EB Falcon, and I got rid of that, so I wanted more horsepower again, so this was the result. I wanted it naturally aspirated this time instead of turboed.
There's some sneaky coilovers hidden in there.
Yes, it's got Shockworks height adjustable coilovers in it.
And the wheels?
They are lookalikes to the V8 supercar wheels. They're as close as I could get. Rotor slipstreams.
And it is decked out to be a race car, sometimes a family car. You have a hydro handbrake in there.
Yes, we for doing hill climbs, I do a few hill climbs and race days in this, so yeah, we've fitted the hydraulic handbrake there. The handle's obviously missing at the moment, but
here's some stickers that'll be interesting. Some of the chaps involved. You know, it's funny, I don't have a sticker on this car because I haven't done any stickers or business cards or anything.
it's on the list.
I'll get there one day. Been a year, still haven't done it. I reckon that'll do. And now we're going to get into some of the rust, and it's actually less rusty than I thought it was going to be. So I expected that to be a dirty great big hole. It was not a dirty great big hole once I started stabbing. So that's what we're going to tackle on this job. Ironically, AUs are known for rusting. I wonder if it had any behind the back doors. Normally they hide rust pretty spectacular. Ah! Right here. I knew there would be some. Normally when you take the door trims off, they have that big foam insulator that goes behind the door trims.
That's on a swinging panel, so that's not as important.
Oh, well, you could buy another door down the track anyway. But the wrap, I wish this car was clean to show off the wrap, because it looks like it's painted, but it's not. I'll just clean this little... That's a full metallic and fairly glossy wrap on that thing. For a sticker, it's pretty good. All the blue on this car is a sticker. but I guess it's a bit like a V8 supercar. That's what happened on them as well.
It is.
Alright, I'll leave it there and get into some of the rust. So we've run the plastic wheel over this, one of those on a die grinder. Turns out there is no holes here, which is good. Now we're just going to sandblast this thing, and it is very solid. I've stabbed it multiple times. And if there's no need to weld this car, there's no need to weld this car. All I need to do is sandblast that crap off, and then we can just skim a bit of filler on it, bit of etch, rub it down, done. And that's going to actually be a lot better than I expected. There we have it, rust be gone. That's legitimately as good of a repair as you could do here. I mean, some people might cut it out, but that's just adding to a job that doesn't need to be that bad. That's not even that bad. I've stabbed that with a screwdriver pretty thoroughly. It's now been sandblasted. There is no rust there. All I have to do is give it a quick sand with some 80 grit and just very lightly skim in some bog or some filler, whatever you prefer, and then etch. And then that's pretty much it. And then figure out how to turn this car around. I'm going to have to unmask it and then do the same on the other side and hope the other side is as good. Okay, so we've just done the same thing on this side. We've pulled the clip out, plastic wheeled it, and now we're going to sandblast it again. And once again, it'll be probably as easy as the other side. So it's going to be a super uninteresting rust repair today, but at least the car's cool. So we bagged the car up now, so we want to try and eliminate the sand going as far as I've got to fix that little area because it's not quite right. But we got to try and eliminate as much sand getting anywhere in this car as possible, because he does care about this car a little. So yeah, we'll get this blasted, and then it's just a bit of filler and a bit of light sanding and then a bit of primer, and then this, unfortunately, this video is going to be wrapped up pretty quick because I actually expected that rust to be 5 times worse than that. I had him cut pieces out of another car, ready to weld in pieces, because I would have, if that was a dirty great big hole like I suspected it was. Sometimes I love being wrong. I always actually had sections cut so I could actually replace it like the factory would. But that hasn't been the case, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, unfortunately, that means I make less money out of this job, but good in the fact that if you can avoid cutting a hole and welding it, you're actually doing better than actually cutting and welding, in my opinion. It's less invasive. And that's been rusty. That's rusted from the top in, not from the underside up, because the sill panel trim, the scuff plate, has actually scratched over time, and a bit of moisture's got in there, and it's eaten its way underneath the paint, but hasn't actually managed to eat through the steel. And just by the looking of the way the rust is working, you know that the inside of the panel isn't rusty, because it's top to bottom, not inside out. Otherwise it would look, it's hard to describe, but the craters would be on the inside and not the outside, so it would look like dead smooth, and you just better poke holes through it. But this is the other way around, which tells me the rust started from the top, not the bottom. Enough ramblings, let's get this blasted. My little Paramat Brown's $20 blaster is working mint on this type of job, so I use that first. And usually that's a pretty good indicator if it's going to have a hole or not, because that'll rip a hole through anything if it's rusty. And then a quick blast, and then we're done. And it's not going to be a super exciting video because I expected this to be worse than it was, like I just said. But let's just get it done. And there we go, rust be gone. Now we just got some pinholes to skim over, and that's it. I think I might actually wrap the video up here because it's not going to be terribly exciting. So I hope you enjoyed this little foray into this AU. Bit of a different video, bit of a different car. Unfortunately, there's not enough content to keep filming, so basically it's just bog, prime and paint. So I'm going to leave it there, and if you see around Adelaide, you see this car, just give him a shout out, check it out. He does go to race meets periodically and just enjoys the hell out of the car. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and catch you on the flip side.